Medical is a challenging industry as there's literally no margin of error and absolutely everything has to be thoroughly documented. In this video, I'll show you how we overcome these challenges. If it isn't documented quality, it simply isn't quality. This is probably where the medical industry differs the most from other industries we work with. The very strong focus on documentation of not only the solution, but all phases of the development process leading up to the solution makes it possible to inspect items such as syringes, ampoules, medicine, just to name a few. There are also more technical aspects that are particularly relevant in the medical industry, which I'll come back to. But let's start with the challenge of documentation. It is the requirements from the FDA that set the standard for the industry and for what you need to document during the process to get your solution approved. The first step is to define the requirements for the solution. Here we go through a very thorough process to both identify the requirements and perform a risk analysis. We meticulously identify what can go wrong, how to protect against it, and what should happen if an error should occur. The thoroughness of the risk analysis is something you don't see in other industries. Based on this, we create a URS, User Requirement Specification, which becomes the backbone of the entire project and what we hold everything up against. Once we have created our solution design, we go back and check it against the URS. When we have constructed the solution, we go back and check it again. And once we've tested the solution, we once again go back and check it against the specifications in the URS. One of the keywords in this context is version control. Everything is numbered so that it's possible to track it through the development process and so that you can go back to it at any time and see what has preceded it. Another important thing is that you need to be able to baseline. In other words, log all mechanical and electrical settings and document where they are. You can then use this baseline to continuously prove that the system is still in the same state as when it was tested and validated. To ensure that our processes comply with all applicable regulations, we follow the guidelines of the GAMP 5 standard, which is designed to ensure product quality, data integrity, and patient safety in the computerized systems for the medical industry. While documentation is where the medical industry differs the most, there are other issues at stake for this industry. One example would have to be limiting the light. Some ingredients cannot be exposed to high levels of light, so this must be taken into account in the design of the solution. We also often do quality control in clean rooms, which sets requirements for the equipment used. There can't be any edges or joints where, for example, dust can settle, and they must be able to be wiped down with alcohol. Sometimes they even need to be able to withstand being hosed down. If the inspection takes place in a cold room, the equipment must be designed to withstand running at low temperatures over a long period of time. The most important thing, of course, is that the medical industry does not have the same margin of error that is acceptable in other industries. It is a matter of patient safety, so nothing can go wrong. And that is precisely why risk analysis is so important. The thorough requirement specifications and risk analysis are the foundations for designing a system that meets the challenges of the medical industry.